Tom?
Chisels, you Gucci?
Goddamn. Goddamn. Damn.
Yep.
You see it.
Yep.
You see it.
Yep. Shout out to Booker T. Black Facts.
Episode number motherfucking 5. You can't see us. Ooh, should we name that episode? You can't see us. Episode 5.
Yeah, I like that one. You can't see us. Because they
Hold
really
on.
can't.
Before we go any further,
I was
gotta
waiting.
I gotta let them know where they at.
Please.
Is the rapper and the drummer podcast? Yes,
sir.
I'm that ass nigga. I had to put a little extra stank on it.
He put some Lowry season in
I had to
there.
put some stank on it because
That's
you
some
already know.
Lowry's.
It's that Black History.
Woo!
Black History.
This is a Black History life. We don't need a
We
month.
don't need a month. What y'all
We
talking
make
about?
Black History every day.
Ain't no Black History. Black. It's Black
But-
present. You feel me? Ooh, I ain't even.
present. Because
It's a present. I'm coming out early with the bombs like that. I didn't
Bruh.
even expect that. That's how you know the spirit is within me. My ancestors are present. I done
like
brought
the
out
gas.
the yellow beanie.
We lighting
So
the
you
gas
already
on
know it's
offer.
different. It's different today. I got on, you feel me? We got on our Black History attire.
Got
You
the
feel me?
Negro League. Shout out to the Negro League.
Shout out to the Negro League.
Because
you
even
feel
when they
me?
didn't want us to be in the league, we made our own
They
league.
can't help it.
And they had to put us in their league because our league was better. We was hitting more home runs. We was stealing more bases.
What else?
And we was going more
The
places.
numbers is better, dude. You feel me? You throw us in there, we turning up. The only thing that we can't dominate in is what they keep us away from.
And I mean, come on, let's just start first and foremost. How many dominant black athletes we have? Come on.
Man,
The list-
we on that.
the
Hold on. We on that type time
feel
today.
me?
So if you tuned in and you not with this black shit, you gotta get a baddie.
Getting
Fuck
black
outta
facts.
here. We gotta go.
Yeah.
We with the black facts. We talking black history. We talking black future. We talking. You feel me?
Black present.
But right now, me and this guy right here, we the black present. We're the black guys right now on this podcast shit. Who the next up and coming? You feel me? We ain't one of them. We two of them. Don't play with them.
Don't play with him.
Don't play with him or him.
Shout out to my man Bill Russell. 11 rings. In Boston. They didn't even want him to be in Boston.
Yo, talk your black shit, cause I know
I got him on
drop
tap.
bars.
There's no notes here, man. I got black facts on tap, all right?
drop bars.
Bill Russell, 11 rings.
Uh-huh.
Boston. When I say very racist city, place, hopefully they not too racist now. Hope not. Y'all got a whole black basketball team. But anyway, held it down.
They still race.
Got 11 rings. Wilt Chamberlain. First player to score 100 points.
Toast to my nigga Will,
Black
y'all.
man. And he was slick with it. He was playing. I saw a video of Wilt Chamberlain playing the color, look crazy. And we can't forget the man who originally changed the game. You know what? Let me not skip over to him. Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson. We're just talking basketball right
So
now.
what you saying is, cause you feel me, people they start talking they black history, they start talking about stuff that we invented. We ain't gotta invent everything. You can make it.
You
but
wanna
we
talk
gonna
about
dominate
inventions?
it.
You want to talk about inventions? Traffic light.
Drop.
We did that.
Drop them.
Air condition. We did that.
Bars.
Pencil sharpener. We did that.
Keep going.
First open heart surgery. We did that.
Keep going.
Video games. We did that.
You got more?
Nerf guns. Super soakers.
You got some more?
We did those.
You got more?
I do it, but I'm gonna keep them in the stash.
And we here with it. Happy fucking February. And you know what? Let me hold on. I'm up. Listen.
You woke? You woke? Uh-oh.
I wish out, yo.
Shout out to Dr. Umar. Let me stop.
Niggas lucky I ain't really go all the way and do my research, whatever. But you know, shouts out to the people who fought for us to have Black History Month. Period. You feel me? I think it started. I think the concept started at a good note.
Mhm.
But I, as a black person in America, I ain't happy with this shit. You feel me?
Cause I even remember as a kid being like, word, even just the way we used to do things. Okay, Black History Month is the shortest month. Then you got You know that other love holiday, Valentine's Day, pulling up.
You got the All-Star game.
You got the All-Star game. You got mad other stuff.
It's
going
mad
on.
shit in February. Like, well, hold on, don't do that.
Groundhog's Day. Like, word. We gotta share this with punks and Tony Phil.
And you still gotta go to work. You still gotta do your 9 to 5. You still gotta do your shabiggity shaboop.
What we said earlier, for the month of February, black people should be allowed 1 hour late to work, just cause.
They should be required to be an hour late to work, which means if you on time, you get a 2-hour break.
Yep.
Or you get to leave an hour early. We need some type of motherfucking perk. We ain't getting shit.
Man. They made all of these care acts for COVID. The Ancestral Black People Care Act. I could see it already. That Joe Biden actually realizes black people built America.
Cause they capping on the reparations. So it's like, all right, what kind of perks do we get? And don't come at me with no motherfucking free fried chicken from Popeyes, cause then I'm gonna smack the shit out of somebody. I don't want none of that. I should get a motherfucking everybody. If you black and you working, you should get a goddamn $1,000 every February, regardless.
Half a Bitcoin or something.
Regardless. But I don't, cause if you're a black person that's contributing to society, you should get $1,000.
That's true.
But for my niggas struggling, we'll give you $250. You mean? We got to get something. Niggas still getting something. I ain't turning my back on y'all, man. I ain't know. Come on, man. It's me, y'all. This brewing, man. Black history, the month of February, we gotta start like on a serious note, man. Really start putting some respect on this shit. And I think that going hard in February, people might look at it like, man, people be so quick. It's only 28 days. And yeah, I said what I said. But at the end of the day, the fact that like people don't go hard every day for that shit. And it's like Christmas, we decorate, we buy gifts, we put up trees, we spend money, we fucking carol, people put up all this shit. And it's like, it's only certain times. Yo, shouts out to Leimert Park. I hope I'm saying that right. California, Los Angeles, man. I went there on a regular Sunday, and that shit was like black businesses up, and they was having their shit going. Let's start there, but then let's build it up to where it's more than that shit, man. And it's more. It's really on some holiday. It's really we celebrate ourselves because Black history is American history, and I think once we get that through people's head, that it's not just fucking peanut butter and Martin Luther King. It's really everything that this country is built on. Like, this shit will really turn into something, but us just like keeping it Martin, Malcolm, throw the Kente cloth on some, throw the Kente cloth font on some shit, support Black Business Week. That's like, come on, man, let's start going hard. And let's start with us, man. We can't depend on anybody else to go hard for that shit. We got to go hard first, because you go to fucking Chinatown, you go to Little Italy, when they having their celebrations for their shit, that should be up through there. The project should be up all Black History Month. It should be lit. We should be bubble. Then be cold, but fuck it. Yeah. Do parties, throw that shit, and everybody come, and we fucking have community gatherings and all that shit. I'm on some serious shit.
And I think the thing that a lot of people should realize, both people who are Black and people who aren't, is literally every aspect of human civilization. If you go back in time, and not even being sarcastic, there has been, and that's the thing about it, there's so much hidden information. Even the great film Hidden Figures talks about the lovely young woman. I'm not gonna misquote her name, but they helped create the figures for NASA. But they tried to hide the fact that they was the one doing these equations, and I think that's what's really the psychological part that's fucked up about a lot of things. There's so many hidden information behind Black people who've done things behind the doors, and they couldn't be in the room, but they just took the information. Oh, you figured that out? Okay. We're going to say that we did this, even though you're not going to get the credit for it.
And niggas was everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was people, they think slaves, they think all the Black people was in the South tied up. Bro, it was niggas all around on every fucking piece of the earth that you could think of. Like, you know, so we just got to, start thinking more of ourselves, man. Like, on some real shit. But who was one of your favorite Black people, man? Let's say we on this Black shit, man. If you don't want to watch this, man, you might want to go to something else.
One thing that just hit me, I remember I would say like 5th, 6th grade, I did a report on Alex Haley.
Alex Haley?
Alex Haley. He is the one that he wrote Roots. Kunta Kinte. He did the research and all of that, came up with that story. Very interesting gentleman.
How many times that been used in the classroom and all
me?
that shit? I
You
ain't gonna
feel
hold
me?
you. One of my favorite black people, bro. Prince.
Wow. I didn't think you were gonna say that. That's break it down.
It took growth as a person to as a kid. I don't think I really appreciated him that much.
Mm.
And it's not even more so. It's musical, like yes, but like the fact that he was so, first of all, musically inclined, not just
Could
on
play every instrument.
songwriting, playing
Every
every instrument.
instrument.
He was really one of the people who really was fighting for shit and like and really at the labels and all that shit. Like one of the first people who had like a presence that mattered. Like just picture today if Drake was the main one leading the forefront, or they was trying to like get him out of there because he was really seeing the bullshit that was happening.
Yeah, because when we were younger, hearing that artist formerly known as thing, it was more so. I remember as joke was attached to that, like, oh yeah, he had to change his name, blah blah blah. But that was real shit.
That was some real shit, bro. Some
That's
real
shit.
label
And
industry
the
shit.
fact that people was staying faithful to saying the artist formerly known as.
Before it was a topic, before everybody now who's trying to be in the industry talk, oh, don't get signed. Before everybody had an opinion about,
Exactly.
you feel me, being signed and all that shit. He was one of the people who was going against the industries, and he was like, he was holding his nuts on them, and he was doing this fucking thing. And a lot of people know. I don't know. I wasn't around at the time, but it wasn't a bunch of people changing their name and doing the same shit he was on.
Nope.
Fucks with you, Prince, forever.
Nope.
R.I.P. to the great. You know, Purple Rain.
I'm gonna go all the way back in time. Netflix just dropped a series about this future tattoo idea. I'm trying to get this on my calf. Yoxi, first Japanese samurai, first black Japanese. Legend has it that he appeared on a boat, and they just thought he was dirty. They tried to scrub him up. But it was like, nah, this skin don't go nowhere, brother.
They're always trying to scrub us.
This skin don't go nowhere. I'm melanated. He was a beast. And back then, 6 feet, that was like 8'10" back then. So he was like, yo, this giant black man came off a boat, learned our ways, and he's better at it than us. that's
he
crazy.
is whooping our ass. Who is this big brown man? What do you feel about the term black? Or like being called black? What do you like as that whole?
You know, it's funny. I always like drum roll whenever somebody not black has to describe somebody black to see what route they take, because I don't know how I feel about being called African American or black. I really don't know. I think it almost comes down to tone sometimes.
It's like, yeah, he was a black guy.
When I hear like
Black guy,
yeah,
that-
the
when it-
black guy. Yeah,
there's some black guys there.
Yeah.
oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a couple black guys.
it's like black guy, but then it's like, what
It's
do they
the-
say? It's some African Americans there, because if I'm like, yeah, there's a couple, what's some white people there?
It's almost a question mark. Like African Americans, like
It's not like I hate it. Like I'm like, fuck you mean black guy. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
But it's just like, I just kind of like, ugh,
mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, they were black, if you want to call them that.
But I sometimes say this jokingly, but I fuck with it. It was some melanated people there. It was some melanated. It was
You
some
gotta
melanated.
have a certain type of swag to get that up, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a couple melanated guys.
I'm like, these motherfuckers could be of any race.
Exactly. I do not fuck with the POC like that. I mean, it is politically correct, but like
Yeah, there was some people of color
I
there.
hate that shit. That shit sounds like
even
a political
even
party.
the abbreviation and saying it out loud. What was he? He was a POC. What was he? He was a person of color. Nah.
Person of color. I hate that. It made me feel like I got a disease or some shit. Yeah, he was a person, but he just had a color. Oh, what color was he? He was like brown. Ugh. What you mean, oh?
Exactly.
You lacketh this, what I have.
I don't even know what would
Melanin.
be. Yeah.
Got the melanin.
I can't even just say what would make me feel the most comfortable.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
the tone. It's all in the tone.
It's because we don't know who we are.
Uh-oh. Koofy talk. Koofy talk. If you don't know who you are, you don't know where
I
you've
ain't gonna
been.
hold you. When I was younger, that was one thing. I didn't know why I view certain shit a certain way. Not that I'm saying I'm woke now, but I kind of got just a different understanding as an adult. But I used to always like envy other nationalities for being so like united.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, classic old school black uncle in the whip talk. Yeah, you know these Chinese people, they all stick together. They got all their stores. They put their money together. Then once they do that, they gonna send their kids to school.
And
Black
not-
people never do that. We ain't got no
And
restaurants in the hood.
not necessarily because of like them looking out for each other on my part. It was more so on like the history aspect of it. I remember like the Muslim kids in my community, they used to always like when it was Ramadan and shit, they were like, "Oh, we not eating or whatever." And I was like, "What? Y'all not eating?" But it was like, yeah, we can't. Like they were standing on that shit, like on some family shit. It was like, oh, it's deeper than just like, oh, I'm not. It's a personal thing. Like, nah, we can't. This is not happening in our household. And it was, when you younger, you don't understand it. You probably like, whatever. But when I got older, I'm like, oh, like it's really because it's a culture thing. Like they're engulfed in our culture, and that's why I say like, Black culture is American culture because the things that we create that are on like a national scale, like we created them, but it's not coming from another country and invading. It looks regular, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like, no, this is something from, you look at the heritage of this person. This is somebody who like has their roots traced back to fucking slavery. When I went to Toronto, the first time I kind of ever experienced this, it wasn't really racism, I would say, but I was with the homie, and he's Black too, but he's from Toronto. He speak French and all that shit. So we had like this sandwich shop, and we like eating or whatever, and it was like an older white lady in front of us, and for some reason they start talking. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what kind of sandwich I wanted. Yeah. But we ended up going outside. They still talking, so about to leave. She's like, "Oh, where are you guys from? Where are you from? Whatever." He's like, "Oh, I'm from whatever, Nova Scotia. I'm from Scotia." That's what I remember him saying. Yeah. Like, "Oh, what are you?" He's like, "Oh, he's like, where you from?" He's like, "My dad's from Chicago." He's like, "My mom's whatever." I think his mother's like, I think he's half Black, half white. And she was like, where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from," she like, I live in I live in New York." She's like, "Where you from?" Like, "Oh, wow, from like Atlanta." She's like, "Oh, but like, where are you?" I'm like, "Where your people from?" I'm like, "My mother's originally from like Florida, Sebring, Florida." She's like, I guess she wanted it to go like deeper than that. I'm like, "What you want to know what plantation we was on?" "I don't know, lady."
And sometimes I feel like you gotta put people in that situation. You're like, slavery fucked up, and that's funny. Some people like that. Well, because my ancestors really.
I think in America we understand, like people understand, but like outside of America, when you go out, people really don't understand like how slavery affected. So people be like, they're used to running into Black people, but they're like Caribbean, or they're like they have something that like connected to, like our shit connects to American, and like people, it stops from there. Like, I don't got no family in no other country. Like, I don't have a cousin who lives.
We've created Just Black. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, they Just Black. Just Black is a term.
It's just Black.
Is he black, or you Caribbean Black? Like Just Black.
Oh, that nigga just Black.
Yeah,
I ain't learned that till I came to New York.
Yeah,
because I was meeting nigga. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of some shit. And this nigga started speaking something else. I'm like, oh, hold on, what are you mixed with? He's like, oh, I'm such my people from. I'm like, oh, you. And then I was meeting some nigga. I'm like, oh, that nigga, he just Black.
Just Black. It's like south. They got either like Johnson, Thompson.
They got some family down south, and it's like, damn, this shit straight up out of a textbook. Yeah. This is what happens when this happens. This is what the shit shakes up. And then people don't recognize that, like, these are people, we are literally a people who are still climbing out of a hole that we ain't really dig for ourselves.
And let's talk, let's talk about profiling. Being Black in this fucking society, you will get profiled, especially being a Black man.
Bro, not only being a Black man, hold on, because there's some Black men that are non-threatening.
True.
Being 6'3", being in shape.
Yep.
Fuck.
Shout out to the gym.
Shout out to the fucking gym. Get brolic. Shout out to the yellow beanie. This shit make me feel like I could do 1,000 push-ups on niggas. I don't know why. I usually don't wear yellow beanies. It look crazy. But anyway, it's for Black History Month. I don't know what color I'm wearing next. I might wear I ain't saying that. Anyway.
That Shiki's being made right now.
But yeah, being profiled.
Oh yeah. I was in the store with my uncle one day. He wanted me to take him to the supermarket, and I'm really nonchalant on my phone, not really watching as he's strolling. I'm like, 2-3 feet behind. We get to the register, about to walk out. This girl comes out of a little office with some glasses on, short. I want to say some type of Italian, Caucasian, not 100% sure. We just had reason to believe that you might have something in your pocket. And I was just like, what? So I went, cause I don't get tight like that. I went 0 to 100.
That's crazy.
I went 0 to 100, and then I looked at the girl in the register because she did something to signal to her to be like, come out and press him. So I was like, what? You saw me take something? She's like, no. They said they saw it on. I was like, you saw me take something?
I was like, show me.
Yep. As I was like, I don't got. And I started, and I was about to start going through my pocket. I'm like, nah, I'm not even showing you my pockets. I'm walking out. I see this big ass thing of bread they got out. I said, boom, knocked that whole shit on the floor and walked out. I said, y'all fucking crazy thinking I'm stealing something. My uncle was like, yeah, you didn't have to do that, but I understand. I was like, yeah, I'm tight.
Nah,
I'm
yeah,
tight.
you guys lucky. That's all I did.
I'm tight.
The fuck?
The fuck? For no reason. I
You
can
know-
see if I really did steal something.
This was in New York.
Nah, this was in Jersey, actually.
Ugh.
Yep.
Shout
Dirty
out to
Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out to Joe Button. Nah.
Yo, I remember I was on 40-something street. I was going to this music store. I go into the spot. I'm trying to get out the piece of equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walk to the music spot.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga tell me one price. I leave. I'm going not even an hour. 40 minutes tops. Come back. I go straight to him.
Same guy.
I peeped something was different when I walked in. He looked up and then looked back down. Like he didn't like look at me like, oh, so I guess you. Cause when I left, I was like, all right, I'm gonna check one more place and I'm gonna come back. He's like, all right. Like it was really like nothing. So I came back. I'm like, yo. He's like, yeah, I give you this. I'm like, bro, I just. You told
But he
me-
put $40 more on it.
no less,
Why he charging you less?
bro. Are you high? I came in.
Yeah.
He gave me one price.
Let's say that price was $200.
Let's say it was 200.
Yeah.
I come back. He say, I give you 160 for it. And I'm like, yo, bro, what changed in 45 minutes? And he act like I never came in the store before.
What?
Bro, I'm looking at, bro, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. But that's not. First, I just feel like, oh, you just doing some bad business.
Yeah.
The racial part is not even there. But I'm getting upset, right? So I'm looking at is another customer and there's a guy, he's just kind of looking at shit. He got a guitar. I'll never forget this motherfucker. He looked like Frazier brother on the show. What's his motherfucking name? Niles, head ass nigga.
Niles.
Fucking I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, you told me this? He's like, no, I didn't tell you that. I'm like, my man, came in here 40 minutes ago. Literally, I walked in the same store. I put it. He's like, no. I look at the other dude. I look at the, mind you, is 4 white guys and it's me. It's the 3 behind the counter. They're literally spread out. So I'm looking at each one of them. One of them not looking at me at all. The other one kind of looking at me, and he like, I wasn't paying attention on that shit. But then I'm like, yo, bro, really, bro? I'm like, you really doing that? So when I say that, the guy who's looking around, the other white guy says, don't try to make it that. Don't try to make it that. They're not making it that. I'm looking at him. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm trying to make it. What do you? I'm like, yo, bro, are you serious? So I like I said, I'm literally in the Twilight Zone this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm feeling myself get upset. One or two things gonna happen. I'm gonna say something. They're gonna fucking call the cops. The cops gonna come in here. Cause the next thing I said, I like, yo, bro, you think I stole this shit or something? I'm trying to sell it or whatever. I'm like, bro, I do music, bro. Like I walk past this shit. I walk past here all the time. He's like, that has nothing to do with how much the equipment is worth. I said, but you told me another price. I didn't, like, I literally bro. And it was
what changed in 45 minutes type shit?
it's crazy. Like I'm literally sitting. You know how sometimes you second guess yourself. Like, did you know the number was so different?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's not what you just told me, bro. Like it wasn't like a $5 difference. Like it was a dramatic drop because I had it in my head. It was $10 less than the spot I had just went to. I said no, I could get more over here.
Yeah, because he just said it.
He just said this, bro. I just took it. I didn't sell it to nobody.
Imagine they was on the phone with each other, all the stores, and you're like, yo, he's coming back. Tell him a different price.
Never.
You wouldn't be surprised. They all know each other in this neighborhood.
Never.
They really tried to fuck with your head, like, yo, he's coming in now.
Definitely wasn't. Definitely wasn't.
Straight dumb shit.
Nah.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about profiling no more, but
Fuck being profile. We
feel
outside.
me?
Slap a nigga profile. Me.
Do we
2022.
want to talk about futuristic black shit, more black history, or black present? I feel like that's the realms we could live in right now. The past, the present, or the future. How you feeling? Because there's levels to this black shit.
I feel like the past is always talked about. I feel like the future is too broad.
Lift every voice and sing.
So we need to talk about the right now.
Okay, we talking about the black present. I feel like the way the media has set up the image of black people, we're on the verge of almost being considered like the ultimate, like, yeah, race theory is wrong for making people evaluate the whole shit. Like, we can't make people feel guilty for this shit because a lot of the shit that we want to put in regular curriculum, they're not trying to have beyond full display because it comes off as too much of the truth.
You see they blocking this shit where like the race sensitivity shit. You can't make white people feel guilty about slavery and all that shit.
Exactly.
I say to that, if there were such, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Reparations made. It'd be a lot easier. Not saying it still wouldn't be hard, but it'd be a lot easier to not lean on because sometimes there are some black people who kind of lean on the shit hard because I'm black crutch, and that is a fact. You can't never knock that away. Shit is a little bit harder, but that's not a full excuse to not still give shit like 110% because.
But they say that's a form of, to cut you off, my fault, but that's a form of the black struggle that we have to be trained to always go exceedingly above 100. So it almost makes us feel a little bit defeated because it's like I always got to give 200 where, you know, we got trust fund babies that have money that's going to have money that's going to have money, and they don't have to worry about anything. They could take a year off from high school, travel the world, go back to an Ivy League college. You feel me? Like, I don't know. But that's been ingrained in us. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why it's almost like, bro, and I guess that's why you get two different types of people. You get somebody who's kind of, I don't want to say spoon-fed, just kind of living whatever life they're kind of get it that's more privileged than the next. So being forced to work harder and being like expected to work harder is two different things. Yeah. Like somebody telling you to get straight A's is one thing, but knowing that you have to make straight A's to make it out of your situation is like, no, I got to make these grades to please somebody. Like, no, I have to make these grades so that I can go to college, so that hopefully that career can. It's a different type of animal.
Yeah, it's true.
So you feel me? So you get people, like, you know, extraordinary people. And like I said, the reality of it is what you said is like, that's fucked up. Like,
yep,
that's a fucked up way to think about it. And I think that's where all of like the diversity and kind of like the separation between black people and I think other races, like you know, it lies because like the whole. I remember when I was working at this one spot, I was speaking to this one black dude and he was tight. He was like, "Man, I know they got a whole bunch of Mexicans in here working for $7 an hour, so they trying to pay me shit. I'm saying, doing whatever." I'm like, and I at the point in time, I'm like, damn, this nigga, I'm like, this nigga going crazy. And even still, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of harsh way to think about it. Though. Like, yeah, that struggle is reality. Like, oh, it's fucked up in other countries too, and we like, yeah, it's fucked up here. So it's kind of like we are have the similar struggle.
Yeah.
Black people don't do like other races, and we don't travel, we don't leave and go other places and try shit out other places and try to build communities other places, which I think is something that we should try look into.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like black people collectively, we should try to get property in Africa. The people that have a little bit of change, we could collectively, you know, try to invest more in Africa and really have. It would be crazy if like collectively we had a lot of summer houses. You know, what I mean?
Think it's the picture that people. I think it's the picture that, especially I know my generation, like they painted of Africa when we was growing up. All you seen was like skinny black people with flies on their faces and fucking cheetahs and shit. It's like, I ain't fucking trying to go over there. It look fucking crazy, but it's fucking beautiful over there. It's like,
that's why
this shit is way bigger. It's not
Yeah.
a fucking safari.
Yep.
You're gonna pull up in the desert and this shit's gonna be straight terrain. Like if they have neighborhoods, they have beautiful suburban places there that are like even more beautiful than America. So
I mean, growing up in the Bronx, shout out to the Boogie. I had real Africans that would be like, "Nah, you haven't been to Ghana. Nah, you haven't been to Nigeria. Nah, you haven't been there. This is this."
they'll tell you.
They'll tell you the real stories. You feel me? So
Hey, you get love over there.
yeah,
Like
Sierra Leone. You feel
you
me?
gotta stop
All these
paying that,
places.
you know, paying that narrative too. That is like we're not accepted over there. Like it'd get lit for us over there. I would love to have some property over there.
So I would say also one thing, because I was thinking about this while you were saying that. Like, we saw the image of the black family, like, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Uncle Phil, the Cosbys. We're going to put a little asterisk there, but the Cosbys still. Family Matters, you know what I mean? Those type of family dynamics. And I feel like, huh?
Go ahead.
You said it wasn't. Go ahead.
I said, but was it? But was it real? Was it
That's-
the depiction?
I feel like that's present day now. I feel like more than ever, you definitely have a lot of, you know, poor black people, but there's more of that in between middle to upper class where there's still some, you know, ghetto hood elements, air quotes, that we go through, but it's more on the, we
They-
definitely have a route to go to college. We definitely have a certain amount of funds.
Exist, but the majority, like, man, they build project buildings upward.
They do.
They build suburbans out. Like I've literally lived in suburban.
Real estate is racist, y'all.
I've literally lived in suburban neighborhoods. I'd be like, damn, it's more people in one project building in the Bronx than it is in this whole suburban. It's more families.
Yep.
Like one building in the Bronx is damn near half a county and fucking anywhere else. But you build this shit up, so it's like it's perception. So for the average person who grew up in the Bronx, they watching TV, man. Carl Winslow was a cop.
Philip Banks was a judge. Like, that's mad school.
Nah,
That's mad school.
fucking built the Cosby.
He was a doctor.
He was a doctor.
Yeah, it was a bit far fetched
They
for
don't-
that time. But
What-
did they inspire? I feel like they inspired certain people to make those aspirations. We definitely have more numbers up in those fields, but they're not where they should be. I feel like at all. But
People
it's
don't
a
want to be
stride.
Uncle Phil because he a lawyer. People want to be Uncle Phil because he took in a little kid from the.
But he
Fucking,
had the bag though.
you know what's crazy? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the closest you get to it being real because Will Smith's actual situation was a real
Yeah.
black situation. He
Definitely.
lived in a house with a single mother
Yep.
and they were struggling. But what he had is what a 9 out of 10 black people don't have a rich uncle in Beverly Hills who's a lawyer who
Became a
really
judge.
and that's that I agree with you on that part. That is inspiring. Like he wasn't one of them.
Like Uncle Phil was a father to so many fatherless black males, and even
And on the
Woman.
show, he was in college. He used to protest and all that shit. So he was active, like on some black shit. He wasn't just somebody who was black
exactly.
and lived a regular life and went to college. Like he was fighting for his people that time and became a lawyer and became a judge. He was a judge
Mm-hmm.
so that he could do that shit. So that was one. But you had to you got to dig for that.
Yeah.
What's flat out is they're rich and he's adjusting to being rich. That's it. They hit on his mom every 17 episodes, 2-3 times a season.
Then you got something like Everybody Hates Chris, though, where it's like, but still, the whole fact that was a whole family dynamic was a little far fetched. Like, word, there's a whole family
His
together.
family dynamic wasn't that, and he's Chris Rock.
Yep.
But if that dynamic wasn't of that, what would he have been given a show?
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Where's the single parent?
Bernie Mac show, though. Another great black show.
Another great black
but
show.
that was actually a real life
another
black
true
situation.
story.
My sister a crackhead. I took the kids in. I don't know what I'm doing.
But on this show, if you don't tell nobody the backstory,
Yep.
what do you get? You get 2 parents,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't my. I probably knew
How many? 3?
I'm trying to think. I'm going through the whole timeline of people I knew who had both parents. I knew people who knew both parents.
Yeah, this is Black History, y'all, too, y'all. This is real shit.
This is black present. This
Yeah.
is what's going on.
I remember
now.
coming up in middle school, elementary. These were the situations. Yo, my father died from gun violence. Yo, my father's in jail right now.
Well,
Yo.
that nigga M.
Yo,
I don't know where this
I
nigga.
don't know where he at. Oh, I know exactly where he at.
Yeah.
He's being the father to a whole nother
Whole
biddy.
nother family.
And then you had the 1 or 2. Then you had the fathers that was there, but they was working all the time, and they barely saw their kids because they just had to keep food on the table. And then you had the ones that was there, but they even wasn't really there because they didn't know how to really be a father because their father wasn't fathers to them. So they was just like, I'm here, but I don't know what I'm doing. And that's real shit. And then you had the ones that was keeping it real, but those numbers back then, they felt really low. Real OG
But
fathers.
that's you know what's crazy? Peep seeing the development of something that you don't want to develop all the way right, and you having the power to stunt that shit or fuck it up. That's what fucking crack was.
Yep. Shout out to Eva DuVernay, 13. That documentary on Netflix breaks it down perfectly.
But I think that's something should be, if we're gonna talk February and Black History, I think that's something that we got to talk about during this month, heavy, like how that affected the black community. Because I think once people get a different understanding of that, you'll be able to understand black people better and why some people act the way they act. Some people come from houses that were affected horribly by crack and not necessarily
indirectly
they're crack babies.
Yeah.
The fucking father sold crack.
Yep.
Pops just a Rolling Stone. He getting $500,000,
Yep.
whatever. He got hella kids all around. He's bugging out and he's poisoning the community, but he's fucking saving the community at the same time. So he's looked at like a hero and a villain.
Exactly. And the residuals of that were people who were crackheads. Like, I remember how many people like you meet later in life that they had a little crack pop, and you can tell, bro, they're a little off.
But yeah,
They had a crack problem.
the niggas on that credit.
It's sad.
And it's something that's another thing we crawling out of. So it's like, once you get out of slavery and you get out of Jim Crow and you get out of the fucking crack epidemic or epidemic, whatever you call that shit, then you get into the fucking Black Lives Matter. Now the police is like, all right, y'all trying to come up now. Now we just gonna kill y'all in the street. We gonna let y'all. But I don't know, man. You gotta be you. I fuck with being black, man. It's like All that shit
I
kind
love
of
it.
makes being black a little bit more lit.
Yep.
Not not that it's like, oh, it's dangerous, but it's like
Nah, it does have that little bit of
Like,
slight danger to it, which
little
is
edge
crazy.
to it.
It has an edge to it.
I ain't looking to, you feel me? But it's
Yeah.
like, man, I fucks with being black.
100%.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
100%. And like through all of this struggle, we still killing it in every other element. You know, I'm saying like they just announced the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame who's about to be up for nomination. And honestly, I could just remember everybody as black. They got Fela Kuti coming up for nomination, well deserved. Yo,
been in
remember
there.
that time?
Or the Sid.
Yo, you went to the
Yo, I
tell a
tapped in,
story.
bro.
Tell a story. This story is actually fire. It was to that. I think it was to Zombie.
Can't remember what it was to, bro.
He took
But
it.
the first
You went to
time-
Africa. You went to Africa.
First time we did acid, bro.
Some psychedelics. Actually, black people, we should all do psychedelics.
Yeah, open up your mind,
You
man.
feel me?
It's not
Open up
crack.
that third portal.
We had did my first time doing acid, so we right in the same very room.
Mm-hmm.
We
I was
in.
DJing. I was DJing at the time.
My son was DJing, going crazy on the ones and twos, and this is like what, like 2 hours in.
Yep.
And at one point in time, I'm just laying on the ground. I'm spaced out, smack. And then, damn, I'm thinking then like it's like time lapses. I don't know
Mhm.
exactly how we got here, but you know what I'm saying? We got the instruments around or whatever. Like
I think of this a hand drum. The hand drum was like right over here.
we
That
had the
one.
hand drum. The
Yep.
music was going, and the drum was like, "Yo, pick me up now." He's the drummer. I don't drum.
Yeah. And he was in timing. You was in timing.
I don't drum.
He was tapped. You
And
made
this
me,
wasn't
I kept
no-
the backbeats for you, bro, because you was going crazy.
This wasn't no play drum.
You
This
was
wasn't
going
no.
off, bro.
Yo,
You really tapped into the ancestors.
picked
I didn't
the
even want to say
drum up,
nothing. I
and
didn't want to say nothing.
It like, I knew exactly how to hold it, and I just tapped in, bro. I zoned out for like,
Well, it felt like 30 minutes.
felt like
right?
37 minutes, bro, and it was like the spirit, bro. You felt it in the
Bro,
room, bro. You,
I know you was going crazy because your shoulders, but you was just like, the shoulders. I was
Bro.
just like, yo, he's playing the drums.
Yo, I'm like,
He's playing
what
the
is
drums over
I'm,
there.
I'm literally outside my body watching myself like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this? Bro, you could have put me on any corner in Times Square and I
Yep.
would have made bang.
At least something to buy some good lunch. At least some lunch money.
And a snack.
Oh,
What?
But
Bro.
yeah, he's up for nomination. Tribe Called Quest is up for nomination. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's fire.
Fire. Somebody else cool, but you know who else too is on this class? Eminem. Eminem's a part of Black History Month.
Yo,
Let
we
me
don't
stop.
talk about Eminem during Black History Month. Sorry, M. No disrespect, but we just don't. You do your thing whenever, but
Mom's
you don't get no
spaghetti.
burn this. You don't get no burn this month.
Mom's
If
spaghetti.
Eminem in your top 5 during Black History Month, you wildin'.
Hot take. Say it again.
If Eminem is in your top 5 during Black History Month, you're wildin'. You're bugging.
Top 5 Black conscious rappers. Let me hear this one. Top 5 conscious. Top 5
Conscious?
Koofy rappers, man.
Top 5 Koofy guys.
I mean, we could come up with the list together.
Don't
actually.
violate. We're not gonna violate the conscious rapper. We
We
just
not.
gonna say
I love conscious
Alright.
rap, bro. It's a bag.
number 1. You already know number 1 for
Who
me.
you giving it to?
Lupe Fiasco.
Oh yeah. I would agree with that number 1 spot. Let's definitely lock that in.
Number 2, we could go Common Sense.
Yep, I'm agree with that too. 100%.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Black Thought.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to disagree with number 3.
Where you gonna go?
I was gonna go Common, bro.
I said Common.
Oh, I'm tweaking. All right, yeah, I'm agree with Black Thought.
Yo.
I'm gonna agree with Black Thought.
Number 4. The bottom of the list is where it starts to get tricky.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a few. Can we get some honorable mentions? You know who I would honorable mention? The Black Lip Pastor, but he's not 100% conscious rap. But he can get
Absol, and
yeah.
Absol will be high on the list if we make him conscious.
He can get conscious.
He can get. I would
But-
say he's a conscious rapper, so
I
I
feel
gotta
you.
throw him. I'll drop everything down, put him number 2.
Oh,
Lupe,
really? Really?
Ab-
Alright, okay.
Common,
Black Thought. Yep.
Black Thought at number 5. You know who I want to give the number 5 spot to?
Who?
No, I'm not giving it to that nigga. Number 5, Mos Def.
Oh yeah, duh. You was gonna say Talib? I knew you was thinking Talib.
That nigga was gonna catch it on the fucking.
I knew you was
Oh,
thinking
yo, he was
Talib.
only gonna catch that shit because I couldn't think of Mos Def. I was like, oh,
Nah, Mos Def,
that
definitely.
nigga out of
Yeah, Talib.
I throw him as an honorable mention. We'll throw him in the honorable mention. You could throw, Rom Fest.
Oh yeah, Consequence.
Uh,
early Kanye.
Now that I know that he was finessing the game, finessing the conscious rappers, that hurt my soul a little bit.
That's some people's favorite Kanye, honestly.
He
That's a lot of people's favorite Kanye.
You know who my least favorite Kanye is?
Which one?
Big Boot Kanye.
Just whenever he wears them, or the ones he's wearing right now specifically.
These boots now.
I fuck with it. I can't. It's like he's in the same. I feel like it's his album mode. He has to wear them.
First of all, I know where he got that style from. We see you, Kanye.
The street see you.
He be watching.
Shouts out to my man's Andy.
Oh, facts.
I said it.
Wow, that's another hot take. Say it again.
Shouts out to my man's Andy. You feel me? The original, yo.
Nah, that's facts.
If you're gonna put him on your mood board, write him a check. Send him an invoice.
He need that.
I said it. So it's not. First of all, it's not original.
Mhm.
Second of all, the boots are big, my man.
Facts. They are. They are. He's making a statement. All denim with the big boots.
I'm done, man. I'm going to the metaverse. I'm going back.
I don't know how black people gonna do it, but we're gonna finesse the metaverse somehow.
We gotta finesse the metaverse. We can't make the black metaverse though. We just gotta finesse whatever metaverse is there. Cause we make the black metaverse, it's gonna get ratchet.
They're gonna have to reset it. It's gonna go down.
We're gonna put some porn in there.
You're gonna get
somewhere.
scammed. Oh nah. You don't think the white metaverse is gonna have porn?
Yeah, but I'm saying they let it get to us, it's gonna fuck up the algorithm.
They can't have porn without us. You know how many white people look up ebony porn? Black facts.
That's
Black facts.
right.
They love them some ebony.
I hate talking about porn.
Next topic.
I hate that
You
topic.
brought it up.
I did. I hate that I said that. I hate that topic. I'm starting to not like that word.
Pornography.
Ugh.
You guys watching porn?
The word is cringeworthy.
Let's put on some porn, call it a night.
The fuck?
What you doing? Watching porn?
Porn. Ugh. It don't even feel right when I say it, bro.
I think porno is that's
No.
porno.
I think flick words. Flicks. It's a flick. Watching a flick.
I think at this point it's the point where people just shout out the website. Like, you want blah blah? I ain't gonna shout none of them out. I ain't gonna shout none of them out.
That's even crazier than saying, damn, what if we fuck up our algorithm? And then all they see is big booty Brazilian bitches. And rappers, rapper drummer pounds,
Bodacious.
rapper drummer pounds Brazilian brunettes on backyard. Bro.
Amateurs. Compilation. Just put compilation at the end of it.
Yo, you know what's hilarious, bro? If you tell somebody, if you just run on somebody randomly and be like, I know you watch porn, they'll get hella like, what do you mean?
It's like, what?
Instantly they'll think about the last time they watched it, just like, I knew somebody. I knew it was somebody there. I knew it. We should all be shamed. We're all shamed. Nah. Live your life.
Live your
Live your life
fucking
like it's golden. If you watch it, watch it. If you don't.
Yep.
Just don't say it out. Don't say the word.
Don't make it your life with anything else.
People worry about getting rid of the N word. Let's get rid of the P word. They pushing P. They pushing porn.
Wow. It's an agenda. They're pushing P, y'all.
It's an agenda. Yo, we gotta chill, bro.
I mean, black facts, they
gonna
have
cancel us.
over-sexualized the black woman.
we know too
Factu-
much.
They do. We ahead of the time. Pyramids and spaceships. Chill.
I told you the other night this random white guy in a tuxedo visited me late at night at my house and said, "Don't make a podcast." And I said,
Nigga, fuck you, it's Black History Month.
"We out this bitch."